I'm gonna try and show you one more here, Graham. I am really. I'm going to show you about centre dealing. Now, centre dealing. Do you know what centre dealing is?
I've got a rough idea.
Okay, I'm going to use the 4 kings for this. I'm going to show you exactly what centre dealing is all about, using the 4 kings. All right. So the kings go on the top of the deck. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, all I have to do is give the cards one cut. They're in the centre of the deck. They really are. I'm going to get into mechanics grip here. I'm going to deal for you and me. 1, 2, 3, 4. If I've done that correctly, these cards down here should be the 4 kings, and they are. But hang on a second, these cards here I've dealt myself happen to be the 4 aces, and that can't be beaten.
No, I can't do this. Brilliant.
Is that a miracle?
Yeah, it's a miracle.
Come on then.
All right.
Oh, God.
We've chosen the card from the pack, that's fine. Now, before I try and locate it, I'm going to show you one of the world's fastest 4 ace tricks ever. I'll do it for you right now. Using the ace of hearts, obviously the club, the spade, and the diamond. Just the 4 aces. Now they have a pecking order importance. Now the leader ace is the ace of spades, it's the big bullet, it's the one right there, I'll leave it on the table. It has a mate, it's the other black one, which is the ace of clubs, which I'll place on top. What's on top at the moment, club or spade? Club? Okay, if I could switch them and get spade there, club there, would you be impressed? If I could switch them back, would you be more impressed? You wouldn't, would you? In actual fact, I have switched them, but not from there, but to here. I've now got the club and spade in my hand, which means on the table, I've got the heart and diamond. I'll do it again for you, but I'll change the procedure. So this time, look, I've got the ace of spades, which goes on the table, and the club will go on the deck. Watch very closely, spade here, club there. If I do that, over here I've got the spade on the deck, and down here I've got the club. Well, I haven't actually. Over here I've got your card, the jack of spades. You know, well, second place. This. All right, all right. Keep filming. Have you ever wondered how the card cheats actually cheat in places like Las Vegas? Have you ever wondered what they do, technically speaking?
I can't imagine what they do, which is undetectable.
I tell you what, the main thing is it's called card counting and estimation. Okay. Now I'm shuffling the heck out of these cards, but I'm going to show you. Card counting, by the way, is not counting cards like that. That's not card counting. Card counting is when you can cut some cards from the deck and you know exactly how many you've got. And it's called estimation as well. So it's card counting and estimation.
Right.
Can I show you?
Yes, please.
And would you help me?
I can help you.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Now I'm going to cut from the deck what I think is that's not it. 10 cards. That's 10 cards. Now,
Let's see what 10 cards looks like.
well, I want you to emulate that.
Yeah, you want me to help?
Very good word, isn't it?
Emulate.
Emulate.
Yeah.
So from the deck, can you cut 10 cards and place them there for me?
10?
What you've got to guess, really.
Yeah, estimation.
Estimation.
Yeah, that. Yeah. Oh, yeah, 10.
Ooh, very
Yeah,
nice bit of acting there.
Yeah.
So you think that's 10 cards?
I think that's
Well, I think it's probably about 12 or 13 myself.
Okay.
Now, do you want a second try?
Yes, please. Yes.
Okay. A second try. Cut 10 cards and place them there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
a minute,
Yeah, that's good.
I got about the same again.
Okay, I think it's the same again. So I think maybe you're cutting too deep. If that was 10 cards, that'd be 20. That would
32,
leave
isn't it? 32?
32 here, wouldn't it? Okay. So should we try again? All right. So 10 cards again. 10 cards.
A little bit less.
A little bit less this time. Place them down there. So I think you're cutting a bit heavy. Now I'm going to shuffle the cards as well here. I think you're cutting a little bit too deep. But you've got one last try.
Okay.
10 cards. 10 cards.
That's a bit thick, honey, a bit heavy.
Okay, that's all right. Now if that was 10 cards, that would be 40.
Yes.
Would leave 12.
12.
1, 2, 3, 4. Four cards left. So you've gone somewhere pear-shaped here.
Not too good.
But in actual fact, what you've done is, if you could do that in a casino, I've been told you could probably earn about $1 million from doing what you've just done from a shuffled deck. You cut any way you wanted to. Because you cut here to the Queen of Diamonds, you cut here to the Queen of Hearts, here to the Queen of Clubs, and you cut here to the Queen of Spades. That's extraordinary.
Yes.
But in true Paul Gordon fashion, I would like
you've
to
got
go.
a kicker, have you?
I've got a stage further. Because if you could cut to the 4 queens,
Paul
wouldn't it be
Gordon.
nice to cut here to the 4 kings of the suits to match those particular 4 queens?
Classic.
Wow.
Classic Gordon.
Classic Gordon.
Thank you.
Incredible.
Good man. Lovely.
You know, folks, I've got a prediction, and it's right here on this red card. I'll leave it aside for a moment, not in full view. I've also got 6 playing cards here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now, it's a totally free choice as to which one you choose, and it is a totally free choice, it really is. But the best way to do it, I guess, to
make sure that you are happy about this is to take a dice, or an imaginary dice, and roll it. And you will end up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or 6. And you can choose any of those numbers. For this explanation or this performance, let's assume you choose, I don't know, 3. It doesn't matter what number 3. 1, 2, 3, that card there. Now what is extraordinary is I made that prediction before you chose that card. And the card that you chose is the Joker. And my prediction says you will choose a Joker. And that's pretty extraordinary, isn't it? Oh, these cards down here. Well, these cards are all different. These are all very random spot cards. And that is a miracle. You know, before playing cards are actually printed at the factory, they are blank on both sides. And these are blank on both sides. And if you were here, you could check it out. But they are blank on both sides. But I would like you to choose any one that you want. And this is a totally free choice. So, which one do you want? That one there? Okay, well it doesn't really matter, does it? Because they are blank on both sides. What I would like you to do is to sign your name on the face of it. So spectator signs his name, or her name, on the face of it. Let's assume like that. Now I want you to take that card and insert it anywhere into the packet right here. And they can place it anywhere they want. This is absolutely totally free. So where do you want to put it? Right there? Okay, that's fine. That's a totally free choice. Now I'm going to eliminate these cards one by one. Bearing in mind you placed it anywhere, I'm now going to show you something short of a real miracle, because these cards are being randomly whittled down to one playing card. And again, I want to remind you that you placed that card anywhere you wanted to. And you placed that card anywhere, and the card I'm left with happens to be, oh, it says your card is 7th from top. Well, that's pretty unusual. Let's have a look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's the 7th card, and that is your card with your signature on it. Hi folks, it's Paul Gordon here. I need 2 spectators. I don't have 2 spectators, so I've got 2 invisible spectators right here. Let's call them Claude Rains and David McCallum, if you will. There's a joke for the oldies. Now, I need the cards to be shuffled, and they are being shuffled, and I need 1 spectator to cut the deck into 3 piles. So cut, or I don't know, 2/3, place them there, half of those place them there. These are pre-cuts by the spectator. Now the first spectator, Claude, if you put the top card of this pile, have a good look at it, we'll just show the camera so the camera can see it, and put it anywhere into the packet. And then if you want, give the cards a shuffle, and that's a genuine shuffle. In fact, give these cards a shuffle, and drop those on top. In fact, give these cards a shuffle. This is for David on my right, David McCallum. Give those cards a shuffle. Look at the bottom card, remember it, and that goes on top. Now I've got to try and work out what those cards are, bearing in mind all the free cuts and shuffles and so on and so forth. Not going to be easy, but I think, let me have a quick look here, I'm going to go for it, yeah. I think the first spectator, I think the card is a black card, a middling value card. I'm going to go for the 4 of spades, am I right? I'm right. The second one's quite hard, but let's go through the cards like this. I'm going to try and feel for it without even looking. Oh, hang on a second, I've got to feel with this card here. Second spectator's card, David, there we are, I think that's yours. Am I right? I'm right. You know, folks, I like to work with borrowed shuffled decks. Let's assume this is a borrowed deck. Let's assume you've shuffled it. And I've just done another routine to start with. Well, I'm going to try from the deck, I'm going to try and locate the aces in an unusual fashion. But first I have to shuffle. This is how we shuffle in this country, the United Kingdom. In America, when the cards are shuffled, they're shuffled a riffle shuffle. It's normally done on the table, but so you can see this is really good shuffle. I'll do it in the hands. That is a good shuffle. You always have to follow these shuffles with a couple of cuts, and there we have a couple of cuts. Now I'm going to find the first ace by spelling to it. Ace of clubs, A-C-E-O-F-C-L-U-B-S, and there's the ace of clubs. I can find the diamonds by just spelling the suit, diamonds, D-I-A-M-O-N-D-S, and there's the ace of diamonds. Now I can find the ace of hearts magically, and when I say magically, I mean magically. Look, M-A-G-I-C-A-L-L-Y, magically. And to get the ace of spades, I can spell anything. No, I really can. A-N-Y-T-H-I-N-G, anything. And there's the 4 aces. I've got 4 playing cards here. The ace of clubs, the 2 of clubs, the 3 of clubs, and the 4 of clubs. They are in order. Ace, 2, 3, 4. From the top it's 4, 3, 2, 1. Remember that from the top it's 4, 3, 2, 1. So 4, 3, 2, and 1. If I place the ace to the bottom, the ace instantly jumps to the top. that leaves 3 playing cards here. If I place the 2 to the bottom, the 2 instantly jumps to the top. If I place the 3 to the bottom, the 3 instantly jumps to the top, which leaves the 4, and the 4 turns into your card that you chose earlier, the Jack of Diamonds. Hello folks, it's Paul Gordon here, and a quick question, do you have a lucky number? Not many people do have a lucky number anymore. It was something that used to kind of happen in the old days when people believed in lucky numbers. But in my life, the number 16 crops up quite a lot, and I'll show you why that's important in a minute, number 16. But before we do that, I would like to have 3 cards chosen. Now, I don't have 3 spectators here, so please believe me, everything here is absolutely above board. But that card there maybe, that one there, and let's say that one there. 3 cards chosen from the deck. That's a 9, an ace, and a 5. A 9, an ace, and a 5. Suits don't matter. Now, the reason suits don't matter is because I'm going to use those digits to total up to my number 16. Let me show you what that means. So that's a 9. So 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I'm going to mark the deal with a 9 of clubs right there. Now that leaves 2 cards here, the ace and the 5. Which one do you want to use next, the ace or the 5? Ace, well that's 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I'll mark the deal with the ace of clubs. Remember, these are free choices. 1 card to go, the 5. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. There we have it. So those cards were totally free choices, and they really were free choices, and they are separated throughout the deck. Now they're separated next door to this card, the 5 of diamonds is next door to that card, the ace of clubs is next door to that card, the 9 of clubs is right next door to that card there. Now these are totally random positions because it would totally depend on the cards that you chose. But what's amazing is something here. If I add the digits of 5 plus 1 plus 9, I get 15. 9 plus 1 is 10 plus 5 is 15. Why is that important? Well, watch this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. That's the 15th card right there. Where is this all leading? Well, the 15th card happens to be the Jack of Spades. Is that important? Probably not. This card here happens to be the Ace of Spades. Is that important? Probably not. But these cards here are the King of Spades, the 10 of Spades, and the Queen of Spades. That's a royal flush, and that can't be beaten. I am here with my best friend ever. I'm also here with Graham.
Hello. You've got a new creation, haven't you?
I have a new creation.
A recent one.
A very recent one. It's an unusual little thing. It's really about how card cheats cheat and how they do it.
Oh yeah.
They do something called false deals. Do you know about that?
Was that what, bottom deals?
Bottom deals, second deals, middle deals. And I'm going to try and show you what they do by using the jacks. 1, 2, 3, 4 jacks.
Yeah.
They're the main ones. There we are, 4 jacks. And I also need kind of 4 insignificant spot cards I'll use. And I want you to try and remember what they are, Graham.
Oh dear.
I know that was a little bit quick, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But I'll slow it down for you.
Yeah.
So 3 of hearts, 4 of clubs, 6 of clubs, and 10 of
3,
clubs.
4, 6, 10.
Okay, can you try and remember that?
try that.
All right. So we've got the, like I just said, 4 insignificant spot cards and the 4 jacks. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now I'm going to place the jacks on top of those cards, so
Yeah.
they go on top. The jacks go on top. Watch the deal. See if you can see the dodgy deal. I'm doing it quite fast.
Well, that was very well executed.
It's good, wasn't it? So over here, I've managed to deal myself the 4 jacks.
Oh.
So I do it again.
Yeah, please.
Okay. So look, the 4 jacks go on top like that. That's fair, isn't it? 4 jacks on top. Do it again. Watch very closely. That's like, did you see the move there?
Erdnase?
Well, no, not Erdnase. No, more jolly, really. So I've managed to get myself the 4 jacks. Shall I do it one last time?
Yeah.
No. Jacks go on top. This is really slow this time. Did you see
Oh,
that?
yeah.
That was good, wasn't it? That was good, wasn't it? Even the motorbike going past enjoyed it. Look. And if I do that over here, I've got all 4 jacks. You see? So,
Very good.
let's change procedure a little bit here. So remember, I've got the spot cards over here.
Yeah.
I'll place the jacks underneath the spot cards. I'm going to show you a bottom deal. Bottom deal is when you take the bottom card like that.
Yes.
Now that's obvious because you saw it, okay?
Yeah.
So let's try and do it without you seeing a thing.
Ah,
If I do it like this, I've done it. So over here, I've got all 4 jacks. Now, do you remember what those spot cards were?
yeah, the 4, 6, 8, and a 10, I think.
That's very good. But do you see the switch?
No.
No, I've actually switched them for the aces. That's the best hand ever.
Good man.
Thank you.
Man.
So, these cards are genuinely shuffled, and I guess I can't prove that to you, but they are being genuinely shuffled. And once they are shuffled by the spectator, I'm going to make. Well, I'm going to look for two assistants. Yeah, two assistants I need from the cards. They're going to help me in a minute. Yeah, I've got them. I'm going to use the 7 of clubs and the 7 of spades. These two cards will help me. And talking of assistants, I could actually do with a couple of assistants here in person to help me. We don't have those, so we're just going to have to make believe as I go through this whole thing. So, the first person to my right, I'd like you to cut some cards off and look at the card that you cut to. We'll show the screen there. The second spectator cut some cards off, and you remember the card that you cut to. We'll put that on the screen as well. So 2 cards have been freely chosen, and it is a free choice as well. And don't forget, by the way, I've got my 2 assistants in the deck. The 7 of clubs and the 7 of spades. They are my 2 assistants. So, and if they're going to assist, they should assist in doing something. They're going to assist by telling me something about the position of the cards. 2 selections that the 2 spectators made. Yeah, they've done it. They've told me that they made those 2 predictions earlier, and those 2 predictions are down here, and they've been there from the very start, and they are 15 and 42. What does that mean? Well, it means this. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41 and 42. That means that the 15th card and the 42nd card in the deck, the predictions were out way beforehand. They are the 2 selections.
When I was a young boy, now this is a true story, when I was a young boy, I read in the magic book, you need a whole bunch of jokers to be able to do this trick. And I've got 5 jokers here. So I went into the magic shop up in Harrods, in those days, used to be a magic man. And I went in there and I said, have you got 5 jokers? He said, sure. And he showed me 5 jokers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 jokers. Now when I checked them out, on the other side, they were jokers on the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 jokers. So there's a joker here, there was a joker there, there was a joker here, a joker there, a joker here, a joker there, jokers at both sides of the cards. But I thought, I don't want this. What I want is a blue back. If I do this, I got myself a blue back. In actual fact, when I checked all the cards out, I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blue backs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But when I read the book again, it said you don't want blue backs, you want red backs. I thought, well, that's just as well, because these cards here are all red backs, and that's a miracle. There we are.
You know, in the magic world, there's a famous trick called metamorphosis, made famous by the fantastic stage act, The Pendragons. It's quite extraordinary. I thought, could we do the same thing, or a similar thing, with the playing cards? Well, we could try. And I'm going to use 3 jokers, 1, 2, 3 jokers and the 2 red kings. So 3 jokers and the 2 red kings. Now the red kings, I'm going to leave the red kings over here on the table. Red kings go down here, which leaves me with the 3 jokers. 1, 2, 3 jokers. If I take this joker and do this, the magic has happened, because now on the table I've got the 3 jokers, and in my hand I've got the 2 red kings. And that's pretty quick.
You know, folks, I'm not a card gambler or a card cheat myself. Don't really play cards very much, but I do know a little bit about it, and I'd like to tell you and show you how the card cheats cheat in places like Las Vegas, casinos all over the world, backstreet pubs, and even private card games. And to do that, I've got 2 hands of cards here. On my left, I've got the 4 kings. On my right, I've got a dull hand, a bad hand, just 4 kind of mundane spot cards, if you will. Now, so on the right, I've got 4 black spot cards. On the left, I've got the 4 kings. And I'm going to show you exactly how the card cheats cheat. So 1, 2, 3, 4 kings to my left and the spot cards to my right. Now I'm going to openly switch a card so you can see how it takes place. I'm going to switch this card for this card here. So now over here I've got 3 kings and a spot card over here. I'll leave them in full view for a moment because I'm going to work with this packet over here. So, like I just said to you, over here I've now got 3 spot cards and 1 king. 3 spot cards and 1 king. I'm now going to get myself 2 kings here by switching a king from over here to here. Here's the move. Did you see it? Well, I've done it. I've now got 2 kings right here. 2 kings and 2 spot cards right here. I'll do it again, but this time I'm going to get 2 kings. So I'll end up with 4 kings here basically. I'm going to do the move twice. There we are. So now over here I've got all 4 kings over here. Well, that's pretty strong, isn't it? So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 kings here. But let's assume somebody saw what was going on. I'd have to revert back, wouldn't I? So I didn't get caught. What I mean by that is I'd have to get myself the spot cards again over here. And I've done it. I've got the spot cards over here, which means over here I therefore should have the kings. But whilst I wasn't looking, somebody reached over and switched those. Yeah, they did. They switched these cards for the best cards, the 4 aces. That's why you should never play cards with strangers. You know, folks, it's a fantastic old routine where the 4 aces, one by one, turn face up in a small group of cards, just the 4 aces. Well, I wanted to do it with kings, and I wanted the kings to turn face down one by one. So let's try this. So I've got 4 kings here, and I'm going to turn the first one face down. If I turn the first one face down, the second one turns face down as well. And then the third one will turn face down, and then finally all 4 kings turn face down without any moves at all. Well, I showed a friend, he said it's much better with aces. Well, I thought he said 8s. In that case, I've got the 8 of hearts, the 8 of spades, the 8 of clubs, and the 8 of diamonds. And that is a very quickie, just using 4 playing cards. 1, 2, 3, and 4. I don't know if you're aware, but some packs of playing cards don't just have 2 jokers, some have 3, some have 4. And sometimes it's bicycle playing cards, not often, depends on the style. Sometimes it's tally-ho playing cards or stud playing cards or even B decks. And once in a while various versions of Hoyle decks. But for this you need the spectator to shuffle the deck, and it's a genuine shuffle, and you ask the spectator to cut the deck into 4 piles, which they do. 1, 2, 3 and 4. 3 cuts all the way through. And like I say, some decks they have 4 jokers in them. So 1, 2, 3, 4 jokers. 1, 2, 3 and 4 jokers. Now I'm going to place the first joker on this pile over here, the second joker here goes on this pile here, the third joker here goes on this pile here, and the last joker goes on this pile over here. But jokers are wild, because if I tap these packets with this particular joker, they can become aces, and they really are wild. You know, folks, when I do these routines, I'm always looking for a glamorous assistant, but in this case I've got my wife. Would you help me here?
Yes.
I'm going to ask you, I made a couple of predictions earlier, we'll come back to those, but I'm going to ask you to think of a particular hour in the day that means something to you. Now, you know, 1 o'clock might be the time you have lunch, 5 o'clock might be tea time, I don't know, 7 o'clock a movie, 11 o'clock bedtime. Just think of a particular one. And then what I'd like you to do is take the deck and take that many cards from the top of the deck and place them there, put your hand over them so I don't know how many you've got. And I'm not looking at you to do it. Put the deck down. Okay, just check. Put them over there, put your hand over them so I can't see.
Okay.
And then what I'd like you to do is to look at that card, show the camera as well, and then put it back, and then put your cards back on top. Now there's absolutely no way, and this is the truth folks, there's no way I could know what hour you're thinking of. Therefore, I mean, I shuffle the deck at the beginning, there's no way I could know what card you're thinking of. That's the truth. But I did make these predictions, and they're in my pocket. There's 2 playing cards. These 2 playing cards total 6. There's a 2 and a 4, which tells me that your hour is 6 o'clock.
You're right.
I'm right. But more than that, and I'm going to read your mind here, it tells me that your card therefore has to be the 7 of hearts.
It was the 7 of hearts.
What's the 7 of hearts?
That's very good.
And I suppose I could prove that because I said 6, didn't I? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Therefore that card must be your card, the 7 of hearts.
I'd like to show you an unusual 4 ace trick. When I say unusual, I mean unusual. Obviously using the 4 aces, that is the ace of diamonds, the ace of clubs, the heart and spades. I'm going to leave the spade right here and the club, heart and diamond up here. Now on the ace of spades I'm going to place 3 cards, and it is the ace of spades. So 1, 2, 3 cards on the ace of spades. I also need a couple of spot cards from the deck, and I'll use these 2, these 2 here. So, watch closely. 2 spot cards, so I'm going to take this ace, place it amongst them, and it will vanish. It will vanish, and it has vanished. Look, no ace there at all. I'll do it again. I take this ace, it goes in, it really will vanish. Watch closely. That ace will vanish, and it has gone. It's gone. I'll do it again with this ace. I'll place it into the packet, and it will vanish. Watch closely. It will vanish, and it has gone. Where's it gone? Well, no guesses for working out. Actually, over here, I've now got 4 aces: ace of spades, hearts, diamonds, and clubs. Would you like to see it again? I'll do it again for you, but I'm going to change the procedures on you. Okay? So, watch closely. I'm going to place the aces down here, and little bluff there for you, because these really are spot cards. Watch closely. I'm going to make the aces vanish, and they will vanish. Well, they won't vanish. They're going to change. They're going to change into my favourite cards, the 4 kings. So now we can do a 4 king trick. If I asked you what the royal mates were, I wouldn't be talking about, say, Prince Harry and Prince William. They're not mates, well, we know that. But I'm talking about maybe the 2 black aces, or the 2 red queens, the 2 black kings, and so on. Now, the royal mates are obviously red jacks, black kings, red queens, and so on. Now, the cards I've got here are not in order. So the cards I've got here are in pairs: the Queen of Spades and King of Hearts. That is not a pair of mates. The next pair is the King of Diamonds and the Jack of Clubs. That's not a pair of mates. The next pair I've got is the Jack of Spades and Queen of Hearts. That's not a pair of mates. The next one is the Queen of Diamonds and the King of Spades. That's not a pair of mates. And then I've also got the Jack of Diamonds and the King of Clubs. That's not a pair of mates. But let's do some magic. Let's friend them up a little bit, because if I do this, now we've got mates. 2 black queens, 2 black kings, 2 black jacks, 2 red queens, 2 black kings, and 2 red jacks. It's all worked out in the end. Let me give you some advice. Never have a drink or 2 before you have a game of cards, because you might make the wrong decisions. I did once, and I'm going to show you what happened. When I was playing this game and I received 4 particular cards, I'll show you what they are. They're not a bad hand, but I made a kind of silly decision. A silly decision that actually worked out fairly well in the end. Yeah, these are the cards I had. Now, as you know, when you're playing a game of cards, there's always a deck on the table with a sort of discard pile next to it. So let's assume there's the deck and there's the discard pile. Now, the hand I received was the 4 tens. And for some reason, I ditched one of the 10s and replaced it with 1 card from the top of the deck. But in doing that, for some miraculous reason, I got myself a very good hand. And when I say a very good hand, I got myself the Ace of Spades, the King of Spades, the Queen of Spades, the Jack of Spades, the 10 of Spades, a royal flush. And that can't be beaten. I'm sure you will remember from your school days that oil and water don't mix. It was taught in chemistry, you put oil and water together and they separate. It's the same with the playing cards, same with blacks and reds, they just don't mix. And I can prove to you by using 4 black spot cards here, 1, 2, 3 and 4, and 4 red spot cards here, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 reds and 4 blacks. And I'm going to mix them alternating in colour. So black and red, black and red. So over here we've got red, black, red and black. But I'm a magician, you see. They don't mix because these cards are all red. And if these are all reds, these must be blacks. Well, they are, but the best blacks you can get in a game of poker are royal flush in spades.